Today's episode of the XP is brought to you by Loot Crate, monthly gaming and geek gear brought directly to your door. Sign up using the link in the description below.
What's up, it's Hackers, Ashley here, and welcome to the XP. It's been a little while since we brought you the news, but don't worry, we haven't forgot about you. On this week's show, we have Hearthstone's Curse of Naxxramas, Firefall, Project Bluestreak, and more. The XP starts now. So this news just came out from nowhere else but Twitter. Cliffy B, known for his work on Gears of War and Unreal Tournament, announced a brand new free-to-play arena shooter with a still tentative name, Bluestreak. Bluestreak will consist of development team BossKey Productions and publisher Nexxramas, who is definitely known for its free-to-play gaming. The arena shooter did not have a big fancy CGI trailer reveal. In fact, there's nothing to reveal at all at this point. No screenshots, no nothing. Cliff will be taking to Reddit for a Q&A session, so stay tuned to Attack Gaming for a breakdown of what we learned. Blizzard and Hearthstone finally released the information we have all been waiting on. No, actually, not the release date. That would be way too nice of them. They have revealed the pricing structure. I guess we know where their head is at. Curse of Naxxramas, the first single-player expansion for Hearthstone, will offer the first of its 5 wings for free, while subsequent wings will come in at $7 each or $700 in-game gold. From many of the comments I've been reading, people think this is a bit steep. One thing I don't think people realize is, though, that the wings will not all be available at once, but opening up once per week. So people will have time to either build up their gold to buy the next week's wing or just spend their hard-earned cash. Of course, there are bundles, so you can save some money if you buy all the wings at once. As soon as we get a release date, we'll let you know. Firefall announced its launch date. Remember that game? No. Oh, well, let me remind you. Firefall was once a pretty highly touted open-world MMO shooter. Think back like 2-3 years ago. Yes, Firefall's first closed beta test was in 2011. Since then, the only time we've heard of this game is when we think about games in development hell. But alas, it seems that Red 5 Studios is finally ready to say their game is done. James McCauley, the studio's CEO, said it took a tremendous amount of work to build the engine, technology, and the tools to produce the content and define our art style. For those who are just hearing of Firefall, it's kind of a cross between PlanetSide 2 with its huge competitive battles and Defiance, with its open world cooperation and PvE content wrapped into one. The launch date is scheduled for July 29th, so just a few short weeks for Red 5 Studio to bear the fruits of their labor. From the award-winning and best-selling Borderlands franchise, Gearbox just announced its next-gen hero shooter game, Battleborn. Battleborn is set in the distant future as warriors on the lost star in a dying universe need to put aside their differences to drive back an unstoppable menace. Gearbox released an awesome-looking gameplay trailer that shows off intense, fast-paced, competitive multiplayer action. Check out the trailer and get pumped for the release on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC in 2015. Now let's take a look at some games in beta. We've got Archlord 2, a war-centric MMORPG from Webzen, whose open beta began on July 8th. Transformers Universe is a free-to-play third-person MOBA game. Transformers Universe began its open beta over the Independence Day weekend. And lastly, Swordsman, the martial arts-themed MMO from Perfect World Entertainment, also went into open beta last weekend through Perfect World's new Arc portal. Links to get into all these games are placed in the video description below for your convenience. One last thing before I go, I wanted to pose a question for you. Earlier we talked about Cliffy B and Project Bluestreak. He recently spoke about how disc-based media is dead and that he'd never make another disc-based game again. So I ask you, what do you think about his comments and whether or not you'd miss your precious discs? I know I would. Leave your comments below and we'll discuss next week. Thanks for watching the XP. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to Attack Gaming for daily content. Check out our website for more MMO news and our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for general randomness. Be sure to find me live streaming almost daily on twitch.tv/MintChocobo, and I'll see you all next week. Bye-bye.